I'm scared and excited to watch this creepypasta. This is one of my favorite ones of Creepypasta Juniors, a 911 call where nothing made sense. I don't care how many times I watch this, it will always end me being scared or nervous, something like that. This is one of those videos I can watch 1,000 times and still question it, like, what does this mean? You'll see, it's a very confusing ending. And I have my own theories that I would like to share with you at the end here, but without further ado, let's get right into it.
Things were strange from the very beginning. A woman named Carol dialed 911 and claimed that somebody was inside her house.
Well, you better get there.
My partner and I went over to investigate, searching the place inch by inch, but only to come up empty-handed. Usually, this could easily be explained away. The mind of an older person living alone eventually starts deteriorating.
Yeah.
The onset of dementia and other mental issues start to take their toll on their lives. It's quite sad, really. However, this woman is only 24 years old.
Oh, I forgot about that.
In other words, the probability of all this being inside her head was extremely unlikely. She also seemed to be terribly distraught by this whole situation.
I'm scared
Why
already.
would she be acting? We left her place and told her to contact us if she sees anything again. Honestly, there wasn't much more we could do for her at that point. We were somewhat surprised when we received another call from her the very next day. We drove down there and searched the entire house again, and again we found nothing. Problem was, the house seemed different this time. Almost as if there was some subtle detail that made it a separate place from the one we were inside yesterday. My partner, Beck, said that he noticed it as well, but couldn't quite pinpoint what was wrong with it. We decided not to say anything about this as we told Carol we still couldn't find anything. This time, however, she asked us to stay.
No, don't do it.
I recorded him, she told us. She took out her phone and told us to watch the video that she pulled up. It was footage of her inside the house. She was running around, breathing frantically. And that's when we see him. A large figure, covered head to toe in what appears to be a black bodysuit.
That's freaky.
He lumbers towards the camera as Carol screams and ducks into a room.
I wish he had a fake video and showed it. That would be good. If he had a fake video or something. He doesn't, but that'd be great. And I have seen this before, of course, but I'm watching it because it's my favorite one.
Locking it from the inside. There's a few bangs on the door before we can hear footsteps walking away. We aren't sure how to react to this footage, but we try to anyway. We come to the conclusion that the man must have left once Carol got behind the door. However, the front door was locked when we came in, and Carol told us that she hadn't left the room the entire time. Did the man have the keys to her house?
That's scary.
That would explain a lot, but it would also make the situation a lot worse. We decided to keep an eye on her house for the night. We discreetly parked about a block down the road in an unmarked car. My partner and I were both fully alert and ready to move in as soon as we saw something strange. At around 2 a.m., we noticed somebody walking across the road, in the direction of the house. However, it wasn't the man. It was Carol herself.
That's freaky.
Beck and I must have had the same confused look on our faces.
This is like the Twilight Zone or something, dude, I swear.
What the hell? I thought. We got out of the car and made our way over to the house, knocking sternly on the front door. Nobody answered. We could see lights flickering on and off intermittently inside.
Well, if you saw Carol walking up to the house, wouldn't you have seen her leaving the house? Or were you guys asleep or something? I know it's a fake story, but I'm just saying. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe they were sleeping.
But we're unsure of what it was supposed to mean. Could she be telling us to leave with the lights? Then, a few moments later, we got a call from dispatch. They told us that Carol had called 911 again, saying that there were now multiple people inside her house. They asked if we needed backup. We said yes. Without another moment of hesitation, we forced the door open and made our way inside. The living room lights were still flickering on and off, but as we looked at the light switch, we saw nobody was touching it. We called out for Carol, but nobody responded. In fact, the place was quiet. Dead quiet.
Too quiet.
I could see the neighboring houses starting to turn on their lights from the commotion we were causing. We rushed up the stairs and started sweeping each room.
Dude,
but
I'd be
there was
scared.
nothing.
That's why I'm never working law enforcement. Never. Because of stuff like this. Some psycho could be behind you and you'd never know, and then he kills you. I will never work for law enforcement. Ever.
We searched the place inch by inch, but nothing was here. Not even Carol, who we clearly saw enter the house a few moments earlier. As I paced around in worried confusion, Beck said something that made me pause. "There's rooms that shouldn't be here." "What are you talking about?"
I remember this.
"I've been counting them," he said. "There were 9 rooms total the last time we came here. There are 10 now." I forced myself to think hard. Subconsciously, I knew that something was off, but I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was. The basement.
Oh.
There was only one door that led down there last time.
No, there's 2?
Beck nodded at me.
Or wait.
"There are 2 basement doors now." I didn't know what to think. I looked at my surroundings and tried to make an assessment,
Y'all are
but there was
hallucinating.
really none to be made.
Combining two.
I love
great
it.
events.
I love it. Alright, we're back. We're back.
But there was really none to be made. Suddenly, we heard a knock on the front door about 10 seconds later.
Who?
It sounded aggressive.
Is it like the police?
We looked out of the living room windows, but aren't met with the red and blue police lights we were expecting.
I think it's like the FBI or
We were
something.
hesitant to answer, of course. I decided to take a few steps forward, but Beck pulled me back. He gave me this worried look, his face completely drained of color. He whispered, "We left the door open, remember?" He was right.
Oh.
Then my radio started crackling. Another call from dispatch. They told us that we needed to leave the house immediately. That Carol called again, saying this time we were going to die inside of the house.
At this point, I would literally start shooting at whatever I see moving. I don't care.
The knocking stopped. But then we could hear movement coming from below us in the basement. Something was inside the house with us. We decided that this was enough. We needed to get the hell out of there. As we started making our way towards the front door, we heard a voice coming from the kitchen. It was Carol. She came out of the kitchen and blocked our path to the door.
No, I'm pushing you out of the way.
Detached,
I'm pushing you out of the
with
way.
blank, beady eyes staring right at us. "Did you find him?" she asked, without any semblance of emotion in her voice. "I think he might be in the basement. Can you go check and see?"
No.
Beck and I were frozen in shock. She just continued looking at us, gesturing towards the basement door.
I have chills right now.
The footsteps down there sounded like they were running in circles now. We ignored her request, abruptly pushing past her and heading out of the front door.
Yeah.
Our backup still wasn't there yet, so we decided to just get into our car and wait.
No, who is knocking at the door, though?
Just as we were making our way to the car, we saw somebody down the street peering through our driver's side window. He was large, dressed in what appeared to be a black full bodysuit. He looked away from the window and directly at us. It was hard to tell from this far away, but the suit didn't appear to have any eye holes. After a moment, Beck broke the silence. "Sir, please back away from the vehicle." His voice cracked in the middle of the sentence. I knew he was just as terrified as I was. As soon as Beck stopped talking, the figure began running towards us. It was
Shoot.
fast.
Shoot.
Really fast. In the time that it took us to pull out our guns, we realized that it already moved past us, heading into the house.
No.
We wasted no more time running to the car, locking the doors, and waiting until backup arrived. When backup finally arrived, we were extensively questioned while what appeared to be a SWAT team searched the house.
Oh yeah.
However,
SWAT.
it wasn't the police chief asking us questions. Instead, it was some guy in a suit whom I've never seen before.
Ads on YouTube must be so annoying.
Yeah,
But with
they
3
are.
clicks, you can install an ad blocker and you'll never see ads again.
He
Dude.
asked us things like, how many doors were in the house?
Oh.
And what did Carol look like exactly? And did we ever see a man wandering around outside? We answered inconclusively to pretty much all of them.
They definitely know
We
stuff
had
that
no
they
idea
don't.
what the hell was going on. At one point, I noticed SWAT members carrying multiple stretchers outside and loading them into their truck. Not an ambulance, mind you, but their own truck. Eventually, the man who was questioning us just told us to go home and to report to our station as usual. He told us not to worry about the things we've experienced here. I'm not sure how he expects us to do that.
I would try.
We drove back to
I
the
would listen
station
to
in
them. I'm
complete
like,
silence.
nope, I'm listening to you.
As we were parking our car, Beck finally let out a heavy sigh. That guy Jack is crazy, man. I looked at him in confusion. What are you talking about? Who's Jack? He reciprocated an equally confused stare at me. What do you mean? The guy who owns the house we were just at? What? I replied. It was a lady named Carol. How did you forget? We held each other's chaotic gaze for what felt like 10 minutes, but we said nothing further. We both silently exited the vehicle
At this point, I
and
would
started heading our separate ways home.
I would think about quitting.
I just figured after the unexplainable events that happened, it must have gotten to my partner, and
No.
he just needed some rest. I tried not to think about it too much as my head hit my pillow. I managed to drift off to sleep about an hour later, only to be woken up immediately by the telephone. Barely coherent, I answered it. We need you to come in, a voice on the other line said. A woman just called.
Her name is
Said
Carol.
that somebody is in her house.
Her name is Carol.
My heart sank slightly.
Is it? I forget.
It sank completely when they told me the address. It was Carol again.
Oh, it was Carol, yeah.
I hung up the phone and slumped back into my bed.
Yep, I would do that.
I think this time, I'll just let someone else handle the call. Instead.
Okay. So yeah, I do remember that ending. I do remember a lot of this video. But I am still so scared. Like, not, I mean, like, oops. Let's say true scary stories. No, they are not true, actually. They are not true. What did I do? What did I do? Okay. I don't care. But that was a very scary video. It's nerve-wracking, whatever. It stays with you for a while. My theory, I'm going to put out my own theory here. It was some creature, some failed government experiment that got loose, and they've been trying to track it down, and the creature is Carol, and the person in black, whose name is Jack, I'm not trying to rhyme here, the person in that black bodysuit who ran into the house and who chased Carol into the bedroom or whatever with that video, apparently, that was the owner of the house who was trying to, like, get rid of or kill, or maybe it's wrong. I don't know. That video is so confusing. The multiple rooms, Carol acting so weird, blocking them off from answering the door or whatever, or leaving the house. I'm thinking that Carol is the creature, monster here, whatever. And Jack is the good guy who's trying to get rid of the person in his house who is Carol. That's why he was chasing after her, not to kill her, but to, like, self-defense, maybe, I don't know, to get her out of his house, because, like, it's his house, I guess. I don't know, I could be totally wrong here. Drop your theories in the comments down below. This video still has me wondering, after 4 years. Still, it has me wondering, what is that? What happened? Why did their house change so much? Who were those SWAT team, FBI guys, whoever? Whatever. Maybe they were there to catch the creature. They were like, okay, we finally found this creature after this long. Let's go after them. Let's find them. And then they captured the creature or whatever, and that's the end. But why was the house changing so much? Why were there more rooms than another? I don't know. I don't know. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below of what you think of this video, and what are your theories of the video, and I'll maybe read them out in the next video if I get a few good ones. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this. It's currently daytime right now. It's not even 1 p.m. It's not even 1 p.m. on Sunday, the 19th, and I'm scared. I'll be thinking about this all day, mark my words. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, comment, like, and subscribe. I love you guys. Stay safe out there. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, theories, whatever. Peace out.